Relaciones Exteriores, Embajador Ignacio Higueras. Lo acompaña el Embajador del Reino Unido en el Perú, excelentísimo señor Gavin Cook. Señoras y señores, muy buenos días. Se da inicio a la ceremonia de celebración del 40º aniversario de la beca Chevening. Escucharemos el mensaje de video de la jefa de la unidad de becas del Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office del Reino Unido, señora Emma Hennessy, preparado para la ocasión.
Dear friends in Peru and members of our Chevening alumni community, today we gather to celebrate 40 years of the Chevening Scholarship, a beacon of academic excellence and cultural exchange. It is a privilege to address you as head of the Scholarships Unit. As I reflect on the transformative journey we've shared over these 4 decades and how Chevening has been a key to fostering relationships with global leaders, breaking down access barriers and nurturing a spirit of international cooperation as a way to strengthen our bilateral relationships. This scheme provides educational opportunities that promote leadership, but also help us to build long-lasting relationships with fellow countries. The UK, through the Chevening programme, also supports long-term development around the world by enabling future leaders to develop skills and knowledge that they can apply to improve their home countries. Commitment to diversity and inclusivity has been at the cornerstone of the Chevening experience. It doesn't matter where you come from, it's where you're going that counts. The huge network we've built together transcends borders, cultures and disciplines, creating a rich tapestry of collaborative endeavours that shape a better future. Since 1983, the Chevening alumni community has grown to 57,000 strong, a global network of change makers, including 20 current or former world leaders. Just in Peru, we have more than 200 alumni that continue to work towards the development of the country. As we commemorate the 40th anniversary, I'm humbled by the countless stories of Chevening scholars who have emerged as leaders in their respective fields, contributing to the development and prosperity of Peru and beyond. They are a vivid testimony to the resilience, determination and brilliance that characterise our remarkable scholars. I want to express my heartfelt thanks to scholars, alumni and partners who have been integral to the success of Chevening in Peru. Your dedication and passion have fuelled the programme's growth and impact, and I am honoured to have been a small part of this incredible journey. I'm glad to celebrate these 40 years with you and at the same time celebrate 200 years of the bilateral relationship between Peru and the UK. As we look ahead, let us continue to inspire and empower the next generation of Peruvian leaders. Together we can continue to build on the legacy of Chevening, fostering a community that thrives on shared knowledge, mutual respect, and a collective commitment to making a positive difference to the world. Thank you.
Acto seguido, se proyectará el video institucional Chevening.
23, we celebrate 40 years of Chevening. That's 40 years of the most exceptional individuals from all over the world studying at universities across the UK. In the early 80s, the UK was a very different place.
There were many parts of life that were not as open as they are now. So what you can see, for instance, in the Chevening scholars, the population that we have are more women applying for scholarships, but also more diversity in terms of LGBTQ plus rights. You have people studying STEM, particularly women going into sciences and subjects which were really closed to them before. What we have is a far more diverse and inclusive community than we probably did 40 years ago.
But let's step back to where it all began. On the 8th of February 1983, the Chevening Scholarship was launched, with 100 scholars in the first intake ready to sample everything 80s Britain had to offer.
In 1987, London is a different world. Technology was different. The computer was just being used for the first time. There was no internet. What I found extremely interesting was the exposure to a different society, the exposure to a different academic environment. And of course, that has remained with me, and I believe for the rest of my life.
By the 1990s, Chevening was out of its infancy, and the UK was undergoing a cultural revolution. Casting aside some of its old-fashioned formality and emerging wearing the vibrant, confident, youthful clothes of cool Britannia. Britain was the place to be.
The 90s was a very exciting time. London has a lot to offer in terms of culture, activities, art, the concerts in the park. Many times we went to see Shakespeare's plays in the Globe Theatre. Marvelous, it was very exciting.
As we take into the 2000s, Chevening is attracting more and more applications and is handing out more scholarships and fellowships than ever before.
I think one of the things that I appreciated on the Chevening program was how international the UK is. Because when you go to the UK, you're not just meeting students who are British, but you're meeting students from around the world learning at a British institution. And coming back to Brunei, you have this greater appreciation of different cultures and appreciation of how other people look at your own culture and able to share that experience with others.
Another decade and another generation of Cheveners determined to make a difference.
After my return to Nigeria as a Chevening scholar, I led my team to develop and deliver quality learning experiences for disadvantaged children in rural communities across Nigeria. During the COVID-19, we deployed support for more than 500,000 students to access digital resources for offline learning in improving their learning outcomes. To date, more than 1.8 million students in Nigeria currently use the DigiLearn solution, thanks to the support of the Chevening Network for funding my education in the United Kingdom.
2020 was a year like no other. As the UK entered lockdown, a new cohort of Cheveners were completing their studies in the UK.
Things were not happening in the same manner because a lot of university activities and also the Chevening activities, they were moved to online platforms. So I had to find my own ways to enjoy this experience. I started this photography hobby after I got into the UK. Actually, it was part of my coping mechanism as well. Whenever I go to the city, did not forget to take my camera with me. And that's how it led me to win the National Photography Competition in the UK. I'm pleased to say one of my winning photographs is on now display at the London Heathrow Airport. I believe that future Chevening scholars would also get to see that, and it would be kind of inspiration for them as well.
These are the headlines, but there's a story and a scholar behind each one.
My name is Tea Marti. I'm from Ukraine. I study Master of Arts in Screenwriting. So my big goal, let's say long-term goal, is to co-produce films between Ukraine, UK, Europe, and the rest of the world. My big ambition is to become first Ukrainian to be awarded an Academy Award for Best Directing, obviously, no? So my first term assignment was regarding the UK culture. I tried to write in Victorian English, and it was complete failure, but I loved it because I learned so much, and I tried to understand the British humor and British comedies. I believe that Chevening year helped me a lot in my skills, in my networking, and maybe even in my confidence, you know. I feel now the world is mine. I can go out and do any film about anything I want, and people will listen to me because I'm a Chevener.
The Chevening programme continues to espouse and promote the same principles upon which it was founded 4 decades ago, championing education, promoting collaboration, empowering talented individuals from around the world so that they can help their communities become safer, happier and healthier places. It is a delight to witness the scholarship's continuation and to welcome a fresh intake of students. Today's scholars follow in the footsteps of prime ministers and presidents, of revered authors and acclaimed artists, of dozens and dozens of remarkable people who have made a massive difference by excelling in their chosen discipline and engaging productively with their peers. The Chevening Scholarship Programme is all about building relationships between talented people that last a lifetime. It's about building bridges between nations and cultures. And building those bridges is our best bet of creating a better world for everyone. I'm immensely proud of what the Chevening programme has achieved in its 40-year history, and I look forward to watching the impact increase over coming years. Well done to everybody who is starting this autumn, and best of luck.
Palabras del Embajador del Reino Unido en el Perú, excelentísimo señor Gavin Cook.
Muy buenos días, estimado viceministro Higueras, estimado secretario general Elmer Schuyler, estimados todos y todas, ex-Cheveners, Cheveners futuros. Es para mí un gusto, un verdadero privilegio de estar aquí el día de hoy para celebrar con ustedes los 40 años de la creación de las becas Chevening. Y desde su creación en 1983, el programa de becas Chevening ha apoyado a más de 57,000 futuros líderes de todo el mundo, entre ellos 20 jefes de Estado y ex jefes de Estados. Y hemos visto un video inspirador. Hay, por supuesto, lecciones para aprender, principalmente sobre los estilos de pelo, sobre quizás la evolución de la música de Jason Donovan, Kylie Minogue, de Oasis, hasta algo más progresista. Pero algunas cosas también son constantes. El propósito de la beca Chevening, de empoderar, de impulsar colaboración y crear relaciones permanentes entre los países. Y en el Perú tenemos hasta el momento un aproximado de 280 exbecarios Chevening y 9 becarios en la cohorte 23-24 que actualmente se encuentran estudiando sus maestrías en el Reino Unido. La mayoría de los becarios han asistido a algunas de las mejores universidades del mundo, como Oxford, Cambridge, LSE, University College London, entre otros. Y su influencia se siente en diversos sectores, desde el desarrollo internacional hasta el gobierno y la política, así como en los rubros de derecho, medio ambiente, las finanzas y la salud. Algunos de esos Cheveners destacados se encuentran con nosotros el día tan especial. El viceministro Higueras y muchas personas dentro de su equipo en el Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores son la muestra del potencial y talento de los Cheveners en el país. Pero los becarios Chevening no solo generan un impacto positivo a través de sus trabajos, sino también a través de su participación activa en la red de exbecarios. Chevening Alumni Associations, así como a través de los proyectos que impulsan gracias al apoyo de Chevening Alumni Program Fund, que es un fondo que apoya las actividades de alumni en todo el mundo para crear una red comprometida, activa y con mayor impacto. Algunos ejemplos en el Perú en los últimos años han sido, desde 2021 a 2023, nuestra chivena Carlos Gambarini y Melissa Guadalupe, junto a un grupo de alumnos de Argentina, Paraguay y Bolivia, implementaron un proyecto Educadoras sin Límites, un proyecto que buscaba promover la valorización del rol de la mujer educadora y motivarlas a seguir carreras en educación y tecnología y convertirlo luego en un manual de estudio para que se pueda usar en colegios. Actualmente, Ana Paula Franco, otra chivena peruana, también lidera un proyecto para implementar el liderazgo político de las mujeres en el Perú y en la región latinoamericana, conectando a las chivenas en el Perú y en la región cuyos intereses y trabajos se centran en promover la igualdad de género, influyendo en las actividades de la sociedad y en la demanda de más mujeres en cargos ejecutivos y representativos. Esos son solo 2 ejemplos de muchos proyectos que estoy seguro muchos más chivenes están implementando en el Perú y el impacto que están logrando a nivel nacional, regional y local. Este impresionante legado reafirma el compromiso del programa El del Reino Unido con la educación de calidad como motor de movilidad social, formando relaciones largas y duraderas con los países aliados, siendo una fuente de desarrollo. Sin embargo, debo reconocer que nuestro trabajo está lejos de haber terminado. Para garantizar que más peruanos tengan acceso a una educación superior con altos estándares de calidad, es imperativo seguir cultivando alianzas estratégicas como las que actualmente tenemos con la Asociación de los Andes de Cajamarca y seguir ampliando las oportunidades de las becas. Al invertir en educación, invertimos en el presente y el futuro. Por eso, acá los invito a conocer las oportunidades de poder crear alianzas estratégicas con Chevening, convirtiéndose en aliados de una de las becas más prestigiosas del mundo. Al celebrar este hito, también es esencial reflexionar sobre la larga colaboración entre el Perú y el Reino Unido, que celebrar sus 200 años de relaciones este año. El programa de becas Chevening ha desempeñado un papel crucial en el fortalecimiento de esta relación duradera, en particular con el Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores. A través del intercambio académico, a la diplomacia cultural, Chevening ha facilitado entendimiento y cooperación más profunda entre nuestros dos países, creando el camino para la prosperidad y la amistad mutua. Finalmente, quisiera agradecer al viceministro de Relaciones Exteriores, Embajador Ignacio Higueras, a su equipo por recibirnos el día de hoy en su casa para poder celebrar esta importante fecha y además continuar celebrando nuestros 200 años de relaciones. Quisiera además felicitar a todos los Chevening alumnos presentes, que son la evidencia que el programa funciona y que la educación es el camino para forjar liderazgos positivos y comprometidos con la construcción de sociedades más desarrolladas, justas e inclusivas. Ese es un trabajo que continúa, así que vamos por los siguientes 40 años. Muchísimas gracias.
Palabras del viceministro de Relaciones Exteriores, Embajador Ignacio Higueras.
Buenas tardes. It is a real pleasure, Ambassador Gavin Cook, Secretary General, Directors Generals, and Heads of General Offices, esteemed colleagues, former Chevening scholars and alumni, and distinguished members of the public, to welcome you to the Palace of Torre-Tagle, home of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and hands of Peruvian diplomacy, to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the Chevening Scholarship Program. As a former Chevening scholar myself, this occasion is certainly very significant. El programa de becas Chevening ha sido un elemento fundamental en la cooperación entre el Perú y el Reino Unido durante 4 décadas. A través de esta iniciativa, 280 becarios peruanos han tenido la oportunidad de realizar estudios avanzados en diversos campos en universidades de renombre en el Reino Unido, mejorando su experiencia académica y competencia cultural, al tiempo que forjan conexiones duraderas con sus contrapartes británicas y con estudiantes de todos los rincones del planeta. 33 of these Chevening scholars have been members of the Peruvian Diplomatic Service. They studied in London, Essex, Sussex, Oxford, Nottingham, and Birmingham, as was my case in 1989. We studied international relations, comparative politics, and public management. We immersed ourselves in highly specialized subjects, such as environmental economics or international labor relations. But above all, we found in the United Kingdom the ideal environment to develop essential skills and networks to navigate the complexities of an increasingly interconnected world. Son estas mismas habilidades las que estoy seguro han desarrollado todos los becarios Chevening peruanos, algunos de los cuales nos honran hoy con su presencia. Sus estudios en el Reino Unido les han permitido obtener conocimientos especializados en un sistema educativo de altísimo nivel y renombre, al tiempo que han servido, qué duda cabe, para fortalecer las relaciones bilaterales entre nuestros países, pues este intercambio cultural promueve la comprensión mutua y el respeto entre nuestras naciones. Además de fomentar la comprensión intercultural, iniciativas como la beca Chevening tienen un impacto directo en el desarrollo económico y social del Perú. Al adquirir habilidades y conocimientos especializados, los estudiantes retornados impulsan la innovación, la competitividad y el crecimiento económico a largo plazo. Al establecer redes de contactos internacionales durante su estancia en el extranjero, estos estudiantes pueden facilitar la colaboración en investigación, desarrollo tecnológico y emprendimiento entre instituciones y empresas locales y británicas, a través de la red Chevening globales. As a former foreign student and a current professional diplomat, I am a firm believer that by living in different places and realities, one develops strong and perdurable bonds. My time in the United Kingdom, as I am sure was also the case with you all, was certainly the case. To this day, I still remember the sounds and the sights of the West Midlands and other regions of the United Kingdom, and of course, dear friends. And I identify clearly the importance of that year in my professional and personal development. Es por ello que me complace inaugurar con la presencia del embajador británico y la participación del secretario Chevening este ciclo de conferencias con motivo del 40º aniversario de la beca. Las conferencias se harán con el valioso concurso de nuestra Academia Diplomática, del British Council y de diversas instituciones educativas locales, y tocarán temas como las perspectivas del Perú al 2026, el rol de nuestro país en la región y el mundo, así como los retos existentes en materia medioambiental y los derechos humanos. I strongly believe on the importance of strengthening the relationship between Peru and the United Kingdom. Dialogue and collaboration between our two nations present opportunities for mutual growth and development, in particular in technology, finance, and services, areas in which the United Kingdom excels. Initiatives such as the Chevening Scholarship encourage intellectual exchange, enriching educational opportunities and fostering innovation in both countries. Peru and the United Kingdom have been partners for 2 centuries. We share principles and values that are a reflection of our political, diplomatic, economic, and cooperation coincidences, and in cultural educational spheres. For instance, British investments leads the list of registered investment capital in Peru, with over $6.3 billion, especially in the mining sector. Since 2022, Peruvian nationals do not require a visa to travel for short visits, and a leading institution, such as the London School of Economics, has created a fellowship specifically aimed at Peruvian civil servants. This is all proof of the excellent state of our relationship. As Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, I am proud of the contributions of the Peruvian Chevening scholars to the advance of our nations and the strengthening of our relations with the United Kingdom and the international community. On this special occasion, I extend my warmest congratulations to the Chevening Scholarship Program and express my gratitude to all of those who have supported and participated in this transformative initiative. I express my hope that the Chevening Program continues its mission in the world, and it continues to select many future Peruvian leaders and scholars. Through them, may the friendship between Peru and the United Kingdom continue to deepen. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Señoras y señores, la ceremonia ha concluido. Se agradece la presencia de los distinguidos asistentes. Muchas gracias.